Howdy. I've been doing some thinking today. This isn't going to be a real silly video. I often do a lot of self-reflection, especially if when I realize that I'm starting to become a little bit more hateful. I used to have, and I do sometimes still yet have anger problems. And I do a lot of self-reflection, and I advise a lot of people to do that too. It's therapeutic. It helps you figure out sometimes when it seems like the world is turning against you, helps you figure out maybe sometimes it's something going on up in here. I don't know why I'm doing this video. Because I had told myself I wouldn't do a video on the subject, on the matter of this. But the time's getting closer. And you're probably laughing at me right now. Anytime I actually get serious, people tend to laugh at me. Frankly, I believe I chose to start filming things at an inopportune time. It's getting to a point of the year where I stay sad. And it's only been like that for about 2 years. Used to, wintertime, this half of winter, was my favorite time of year. I thought I had myself composed. If it wasn't for me just watching a video, I probably would have been bitching some more, but it brought it up to my attention that it was approaching this date, and one thing I want to do with this channel is with a lot of things people feel like they're alone, not just in atheism, but in dealing with death and loss and grief. People feel alone, even when you got others around you. Even when you have people there. And on the 22nd of this month, it's going to mark 2 years since I got a phone call from my mom telling me that they had to airlift my dad to a hospital. One thing people don't tell you is the pain still stays there. And it does, and it hides under the surface, and it comes out in weird ways. Man, this is so stupid. Me crying. I shouldn't be crying. I make jokes about my dad being dead. You know, I believe in everything has a joke in it. And one of the jokes is that he had a stroke because my mom had started watching Twilight. So, let me calm down here. So yeah, that's one of the things I kind of didn't want to talk about so soon, but someone on Facebook had mentioned something. They deleted their post. Just the slightest mention of my dad. I think they realized that they thought he was still alive. So it kind of caught me off guard. Um, and the situation that I went through is somewhat of an unusual situation with my dad. Um, what the family went through. He was actually in a coma for a month after his stroke. In fact, he had showed signs of improvement, um, as if he was going to come out of the stroke. And then he had a second stroke. He was a fairly healthy man, other than having muscular dystrophy. But he died at 42 years of age. Man, I don't know why I said it like that. But I mean, one thing, I did have a blog that I was doing at the time, because I tried to seek out finding other people who had experienced the same things, and I had found other people who had um, who had their parents have strokes, and had family members in comas, and they educated me on quite a bit of things. And it's sometimes it's the matter of knowing that there are people out there that have gone through it. Um, that it can help you. And that's one thing I really do want to do with this channel. Is that I know that there's other closeted atheists out in the Bible Belt, maybe not even in the Bible Belt, but people around here. I've had people tell me, "Hey, I am," and I've not told anybody. And I think that might help them some, to know that there's someone they can tell. And I know over the internet, it seems like you can just say whatever you want and it'll be fine, but there is an extent of relief when you do get to talk about things. Sorry about all this. But that also stands for everyone else going through grief. It's hard on anyone. Especially when you're really close to them. Even if you spend a majority of your time disagreeing with this person, it can be very difficult to lose them. My father and I, we disagreed on religion and politics. And the funny thing is, one of the longest conversations I had with him took place right here. Because in this apartment, it's very hard to keep cell service, and it was before because he had they found out that he had a birth defect, and there was a whole lot of stuff that went into right before he had his stroke. And it's best to say that his stroke was probably a side effect of surgery. But they went in to replace his heart valve, and this was before they replaced the heart valve. He had called me up, and we spoke for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, right here. One of the longest conversations, sadly, I ever had with my dad. And this point, I'm talking mainly to younger people who I know it seems like just because you and your family have disagreements, that your family may not like you, but that's not true unless they have distinctly come out and said it. You know, if it's just you, um, being someone afraid to come out about your emotions, just go on ahead. Talk to them. Tell them that you love them. Always told my parents I love them, but still, in the end, it still doesn't feel like you told them enough. And I understand it's more common for young men to ram heads with their fathers, and you know, I had apologized to him so much because I had my own problems with my heart, where we thought I was. Well, I mean, I have died on the operating table already once and have been brought back. And I also thought I was going to die during my second heart surgery, so I tried to make good with family. And, you know, and I already had apologized for being the little shithead that I was. And, you know, and I understand some guys have just perfect relationships. They don't argue with their dads, but they still, it seems like with those ones, they don't express what they feel. And it's bad, just going ahead. Break that cycle of male silence. You know, and get out, go hang out with your dad. That's part of what got me back into fishing, really, is that for years I said, no, Dad, I don't fish. Even though I liked fishing, I don't know what happened to me. And we had went fishing June of the year before, June of, what was it, '09. And it was just such a pretty day, and Dad kept catching trout, and as he'd let them go, they would, every single one of them would somehow hit the water in a way that it would kill them. And he wasn't meaning to, and he didn't know he killed a whole bunch of them. And it was just, I don't know, it was sad for the fish, but I mean, at the same time, it was kind of funny. But then you could see how much it aggravated my dad that he had killed so many fish without meaning to. And, you know, that's one thing about my dad is that, you know, he didn't believe in killing just to kill. It was kill for food or let it go. I've adopted that into my own life. For the most part, I have killed other fish to catch fish, but that's because I think I want to catch a real big one. And the thing is that I want to say it gets better, because it does get better if you're experiencing a death. It becomes more tolerable, becomes more routine. But there's still days like this. There's days when your brain just says, let's forget about a crucial bit of information. And how about you wake up and decide you're going to call your dad? That's never fun. you got your phone in hand, and then you realize he's dead. But I'm saying that because I found out other people have done that too. And it's kind of hard, uh, when you have someone who's been alive your entire life, up and gone. So, if any of you all have lost family and you've done that, that's normal apparently. That's a normal thing. The other day we were sitting and watching on the couch over there. My wife and I, we were watching a movie, and it's our air conditioner's broken, and it's been hot this winter. We had windows open, and the wind was blowing, and it opened up our bedroom door. And for some reason, even though I'd never seen my dad walk out of the bedroom door, it popped in my head he was walking out of there. And I just burst into tears. I don't know if that's normal, but if you experience it, at least there's one other person that has. Uh, it's not at all what I had planned to talk about today, and I sure as hell had no plans on crying on camera, because isn't that just the most cliche YouTube thing to do? Especially since I'm getting sick. My sinuses are clogged up and I'm crying, and that's doing me no good. Just doing me absolutely no good whatsoever. And today's Valentine's Day. I'm filming on Valentine's Day, even though the Valentine's Day video, which is a big long rant, still is in there trying to upload. I don't know what's taking it. It's down to like 60 some minutes now, but it's been doing it for hours on end. I know this isn't what most people are probably tuning into this channel to hear about. Most people are probably tuning into this channel to either hear me yell really loud and rant about something, looking for other views, which I don't see my views being too unique. But then I guess there are those few that are looking for real life things, which, pardon me, I had a video camera when my dad had gone into his coma. I would have been doing videos at the hospital just to have gotten my mind off things. Because there was a lot of hope. He was showing progress there for a while, and maybe one day I'll tell the whole story, leaving out anything that might incriminate or be, I'm trying to think of a proper word here right now, but be a shit stain on certain physicians. If you know me personally or just know me over Twitter at the time, you know what was going on. And the transcripts of things being said, I typed up right on, sometimes as it was being said. So, because I always had a computer there with me because I was doing research. All of us were doing research on what can we do to help. And one thing I'm very adamant about is that I believe in the United States we need to do more research. We need to do actual scientific research on what's going on in in Africa, where the British are experimenting with, I think it's Lunesta or Amistan or some sort of sleeping pill, where they can give it to people who are in comas, and it does wake them up. It puts a freeze on the. See, when you're in a coma, your brain has a chemical that's been released into it, and right now, being upset, I cannot think of the name of the chemical. But the same things that are in the sleeping pills that put you to sleep latch onto these chemicals, making them go dormant for a bit. And it seems that in the few people that they've been testing it on, they wake up. It's only temporary, but they can wake up, they can live lives, and then they're back out. At least they would be able to live some sort of life instead of just being in a bed, is what I'm looking at. And maybe they could bring people out of comas much sooner this way. And this is just another really scattered one. I tell you what, I got a question from one person. I was going to cover it on today's video. It was, why don't you, if you're against, I can't remember. It's something like, if you're against lies so much, why don't you work to try to get Congress to pass a law against lying? I'll talk about that one in tomorrow's video probably. In the meantime, send me your questions. If you know me on Facebook, send me some questions. Put questions down here in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them. Give me something to do. Give me something to keep track on for a bit. And I'll try to arrange the questions in a way that if they have a way of linking together, that I can link them together, and it'll be one long cohesive video. Maybe we'll hit an hour-long video. Right now, the wife and I we're looking at trying to go to the Reason Rally in March, which is a gathering. I think the largest secular gathering. I'm trying to remember everything about it. I know Adam Savage, Tim Minchin and stuff, they're going to be there. And then after that, we're going to try to go to the American Atheist convention. We've never been to any conventions before, and that would be interesting to actually go to a convention, especially like that. Because we come from an area where there are some of us here, but very few of us, and it'd be interesting to actually be immersed in a sea of people who are like-minded, and unlike how we are around here, where we're immersed in this sea of definitely unlike-minded individuals who want to kind of persecute us most of the time, even though some of them don't persecute us. If I always say, if you know me, because a lot of my viewership, is people that know me personally, and some of you are believers and theists. So, you know how I feel about things, and I know how you feel about things, and fortunately, a few of you, because I can't say all of you, because you might know me, and I might not know that you watch these videos, and you could be just the biggest theistical asshole out there, but right now, as far as I know, there's reasonable people, and really reasonable people, and it's I'm getting sidetracked. There's a lot of noise outside right now. So yeah, maybe just go ahead and send in your questions. I'm lost track what I was saying there. Oh, got an excuse. I'm upset right now. That's part of the reason why I got so adamant about yesterday's video or today's video, depending on when you watch it. Just go ahead and leave your questions, send me questions. I do not mind answering questions, even if they are not favorable questions. If you like say, why are you such a pussy? I'll do my best to answer why am I such a pussy. And due to that, I know my wife is going to probably send me that question. So let's see. Just ask questions. If I don't get enough by tomorrow's video, I could do a whole video on the whole question about making a law against lying, which I'm pretty sure you can tell by my reaction of what my opinion is on that. So I hope everybody had a happy Valentine's Day. This will be up to date after Valentine's Day, but today is Valentine's Day because that's somehow the way that I record them. I record them on a day and then they're uploaded the next day. So, the first one was actually recorded on the second, uploaded on, I don't remember. So, thumbs up, thumbs down. There wasn't really much here to really thumbs up. Comment, subscribe, just ask questions and I can put them together and make a Q&A video or something. Not that I'm running out of ideas. I know it seems like I'm running out of ideas. Trust me, every time I think I've ran out of ideas, all I gotta do is walk around Walmart or get on Facebook or something. And I actually did have some ideas I was going to go over in this video before all this happened. And I think it helps some for me. But then again, I do these videos partially for me and then partially for everyone else. Because, there's a level of doing things for yourself that you need to have in a project. That will be a good discussion one. About how to do that. But anyways, hope everyone had a happy Valentine's Day.